Managing capacity of your team is one of the most difficult challenges in your agency. And until you solve this, it is virtually impossible to scale past 20 or 30 clients per month. In this video, I'm going to share with you the expensive mistake that lost us one of our best clients, why we ditched pods, and the exact model that we're using now, which allowed us to double our revenue in the last 6 months. So right now in your agency, you've probably ran into the following situation. One designer is overloaded, another one has capacity. You know that a copywriter would be perfect for a client, but they're in the wrong pod. Your best project manager isn't available because they're tied to a different set of accounts. It feels like you're constantly making compromises. That was us. For years, we ran our agency using pods. And honestly, pods are great until they aren't. Hey, my name's Jason. If we haven't met before, I've been running a 7-figure marketing agency for more than 5 years. We have over 25 monthly paying clients with team members spread all around the world. And over the past year, I've been rebuilding almost every operational system in our business so that I can remove myself from the day-to-day. One of the biggest changes that we've made was getting rid of pods. Now, before everyone jumps into the comments, I'm not here to tell you that pods are bad. But like most systems in business, they solve one problem while creating another. So let's talk about both. The reason the pod structure became popular is because it solves a real problem: context. If the same copywriter, designer, project manager, and strategist all work on the same client every single month, they naturally become experts. The designer understands the brand, the copywriter understands the tone of voice, the PM knows exactly how the client likes to communicate. Everyone develops the same context. And that means there's less explaining, less onboarding, fewer mistakes, and the team feels closer. Everyone feels like it's their client, and so ownership over the client improves. Now, the cracks in the system don't appear immediately, but they appear when your agency starts growing, because now every person has become attached to certain clients. And so instead of assigning work based on who is the best fit, you're assigning work based on who happens to be in the pod. Imagine your best designer has the perfect skill for your new client. Too bad, they're in a different pod, and so you have to assign it to the pod where the strategist, the project manager, and the copywriter are free and can actually handle the client. And so now you can start to see the issues that come up. Every staffing decision that you make is constrained by the pod instead of what is best for your clients. And so this is exactly the issue that led to us losing one of our biggest clients. Last year, we worked with a massive supplement company that was doing more than 9 figures of revenue in a year. And because our agency had grown, we didn't have availability on our best pod with our A team. And so we had to assign them to a newer team that was available for that pod. And so while we still put them on an incredible team, our best copywriter, our best designer didn't have the capacity to actually work with them. And so this led to an incredibly important realization, which is that you need to remain nimble. Pods keep you rigid, and it doesn't allow you to move team members around when you need to. And so this painful moment led to a new system that we've created where our copywriters and designers can be used across any single client across the agency. We have a creative department, we have a tech department, and our project managers and our strategists are also able to be assigned to various different clients depending on what we see is best. And now the obvious question is, if your copywriters and designers are continuously moving across clients, won't the quality get worse? But that's where something interesting happened, because we realized the problem was not that our people needed months to learn the brand. The real problem was that our systems weren't good enough. Once we built out proper brand documentation with clear design systems, tone of voice guides, creative libraries, and stronger QA, any competent copywriter or designer could ramp up incredibly quickly. Instead of relying on our team to have amazing memory of the brand guidelines, we built better documentation. And instead of knowledge living inside of our people's heads, it started living in the business. That is a much more scalable model. And so today, our project managers aren't fighting over resources. We can allocate work based on who's available, who's the strongest for this type of work, who's the best in this category, and who has capacity for the week. And ironically, because everything is now documented, I would argue that the quality has even been more consistent than when we were previously working with pods. So there you have it. And I'd say the biggest takeaway is just your systems should create flexibility. They should not remove flexibility. The more agile you can be as a company, the easier it is for you to adapt and scale in this competing environment. So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and definitely leave a comment letting me know, what does your agency look like? What is your pod structure? I read every single comment. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about capacity and utilization so that you can manage your team in the most effective way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.